राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड श्री गिरिराज गोवर्धन की, ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय, मथुरा द्वारकापुरी धाम की जय, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की जय, मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय, गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय, भक्ति देश में तुलसी महारानी की जय, कलयुग पावन गोलोकेरा प्रेमधन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद ट्रांसडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी. यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यमुना तीरावनचारी, यमुना तीरावनचारी. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी. यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यमुना तीरावनचारी, यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna, we welcome all the devotees to the morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 2, titled Remembrance of Lord Krishna. And we have text number 30 and 31 for discussion today. Kindly repeat after me. Prayuktan bhojarajena mainah kamarupinah लीलया व्यनुदत्तां स्तान् बालः क्रीडनकान् इव प्रयुक्तान् भोजराजेन मायिनः कामरूपिणः लीलया व्यनुदत्तां स्तान् बालः क्रीडनकान् इव प्रयुक्तान् भोजराजेन मायिनः कामरूपिणः लीलया व्यनुदत्तां स्तान् बालः क्रीडनकान् इव प्रयुक्तान् भोजराजेन मायिनः कामरूपिणः व्यनुदत्तां स्तान् बालः क्रीडनकान् इव प्रयुक्तान् भोजराजेन बालः क्रीडनकान् इव प्रयुक्तान् भोजराजेन मायिनः कामरूपिणः लीलया व्यनुदत्तां स्तान् बालः क्रीडनकान् इव प्रयुक्तान् भोजराजेन मायिनः कामरूपिणः लीलया व्यनुदत्तां स्तान् बालः क्रीडनकान् इव। माताजी's प्रयुक्तान् भोजराजेन Mainah Kamarupinah Leelaya Vyanudattam Stan Balah Kridanakan Iva. We read word to word translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Kindly repeat after me. Prayuktan, engaged. Bhojarajena, by King Kamsa. Mainaha, great wizards. Kamarupinaha, who could assume any form they liked. Who could assume any form they liked. Leelaya, in the course of the pastimes. Vyanudat, killed. Tan, them. Tan, as they came there. Balaha, the child. Kridanakan, dolls. Iva, like that. Translation. The great wizards who were able to assume any form were engaged by the king of Bhoja, Kamsa, to kill Krishna. But in the course of his pastimes, the Lord killed them as easily as a child breaks dolls. Purport. The atheist Kamsa wanted to kill Krishna just after his birth. He failed to do so. But later on he got information that Krishna was living in Vrindavan at the house of Nanda Maharaj. He therefore engaged many wizards who could perform wonderful acts and assume any form they liked. All of them appeared before the child Lord in various forms like Agha, Baka, Putana, Shakata, Trinavarta, Dhenuka, and Gardabha, and they tried to kill the Lord at every opportunity. But one after another, all of them were killed by the Lord as if he were only playing with dolls. Children play with toy lions, elephants, boars, and many similar dolls, which are broken by the children in the course of their playing with them. Before the Almighty Lord, any powerful living being is just like a toy lion in the hands of a playing child. No one can excel God in any capacity, and therefore no one can be equal to or greater than Him. Nor can anyone attain the stage of equality with God by any kind of endeavor. Jnana, Yoga, Bhakti are three recognized processes of spiritual realization. The perfection of such processes can lead one to the desired goal of life in spiritual value. But that does not mean that one can attain a perfection equal to the Lord's by such endeavors. The Lord is the Lord at every stage. When he was playing just like a child on the lap of his mother, Yashoda Mai, or just like a cowherd boy with his transcendental friends, he continued to remain God, without the slightest diminution of his six opulences. Thus, he is always unrivaled. Text number 31 is without purport. We'll quickly read the shloka. Vipannan vishapanena nirgriya bhujagadhipam utthapya paya yadgavas tattoyam prakriti sthitam. Translation. The inhabitants of Vrindavan were perplexed by great difficulties because a certain portion of the Yamuna was poisoned by the chief of the reptiles, Kalia. The Lord chastised the snake king within the water and drove him away. And after coming out of the river, he caused the cows to drink the water and proved that the water was again in its natural state. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I seek the blessings of all the assembled devotees. We can properly glorify Lord Krishna. He is there in every shloka, every word, every syllable in the Srimad Bhagavatam. But especially in this chapter, one of his great intimate devotees, Uddhava, is remembering him. So he is definitely more present here. And so to glorify Krishna, to present Krishna is not an easy task. So I am dependent on your blessings. Here the theme that is mentioned is that just like a small child plays with toys, Krishna played with big wizards. Mayinah, they could assume different forms. They were very ferocious, they were dangerous. Some of them were huge in size, some of them had sharp beaks, some of them poisoned an entire part of the river. But how did Krishna deal with them? Effortlessly, easily. So we'll discuss a little bit about this, that how is this Krishna as a small child, as a small baby, able to deal with these demons effortlessly. 4th chapter, shloka number 8 of the Gita, very famous shloka, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives a very nice understanding which can be helpful to us in this context. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, why does Krishna appear in this world? He does not appear in this world to kill the demoniac kings of this world, vinashaya cha dushkritam, and he does not come here, paritranaya sadhunam, to protect the ordinary sajjan of this world. He says, actually the Supreme Lord can get these two tasks, protecting the pious people and destroying the impious people. He can get it done even from the great Rajarshis. A powerful king can easily do this, but the Supreme Lord, the source of all avataras, when he descends, actually he is coming. Paritrana means nourishing, and the sadhus is actually the devotees. The Supreme Lord appears in this world to nourish his devotees with his own presence, with his own love. This is the milk that the babies of devotees are dependent upon. So he is coming here to nourish his devotees with his own presence, with his own love. And yes, he does kill some demons, especially those like Kamsa, who cannot be killed by human beings. Kamsa had special boons of having the strength of 10,000 elephants. How will a human being deal with a person who has 10,000 elephant strength? So such demons, yes, that's a side activity that he does. And the next line is very important. Dharma samsthapanarthaya. So the word is not sthapana, the word is samsthapana. All of us participate in the Sankirtan movement. Samyak Rupena Kirtan is Sankirtan, complete Kirtan. Not just with the mouth, but also with the heart, with the hands clapping, with the feet also. So all the senses, when they are involved in Kirtan, that is called Sankirtan. Samyak Rupena. When everyone comes together, that's also another meaning, that everyone is coming together, that is Sankirtan. So Sam stands for Samyak. So Sthapana means establishment. And Samsthapana is the word that is used by Krishna. So Krishna is not coming here to establish this ordinary religious duties, social duties of this world, familial duties of this world. Actually, he is coming here to establish the complete dharma, the highest dharma. The complete dharma is manmana bhava, to remember Krishna, to worship Krishna, to serve Krishna, to sing about Krishna. This is the dharma which is indicated by the word samsthapana. So the purpose for which Krishna comes to this world is not to kill ordinary people, but it is actually to nourish his own devotees. Every day in the evening, after we distribute prasad to the devotees who come to the temple, our Mukundamala Prabhu, he takes all the prasad that is not yet finished, and then he loads it into a vehicle, and in different parts of Bombay, he goes and he distributes that prasad. So is this the only occasion where food is being distributed? Definitely this prasad. There are so many people who are distributing food. Annadan is there everywhere. One time I was there in one place when one rich man, he had come to another temple in a holy place. We were on a yatra. And he had this big tub and is distributing food. So he was expecting the beggars and the people who were desiring that food to come at least with their own plate, at least with their own bowl. So if some beggar came there and said, I need food, he's saying, where is your patra? No patra, I don't have a patra, I am beggar. He says, no, at least you need to have a patra. But our Mukundamala Prabhu, he carries drones also. So a real donor, if he's really deep into this concept of giving, then it's not that he just gives what he wants to give. He also compensates for the lack of a patra or a vessel in which he wants to give. So when Krishna wants to come here and he wants to nourish his devotees with prema bhakti, is it that he will just come and give only prema bhakti? He'll just have loving affairs with his devotees and say, see, I came here to give prema bhakti. No. If the devotees are not really able to understand the prema, he will also compensate and give something that will enable the devotees to get attracted to them and will enable ordinary people also to get attracted. In this world, it's not that the world is full of devotees. There are many ordinary people also who may not understand who this person is. So for ordinary people, what works? Usually for ordinary people, heroism works. Acts of bravery work faster than acts of love. Think of any hero, some historic hero, Rana Pratap, Shivaji Maharaj. Think of fictional heroes, Harry Potter, all these fictional heroes. Think of Shastric heroes, Dhruv Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. What is common in all these fictional heroes, Puranic heroes, historical heroes? They went through difficulties. All of them, false or true, real or unreal. They went through difficulties, and even though the winds of difficulties were coming, they stood rock solid like a mountain. And they went through those difficulties and they came out victorious. So for an ordinary person, a hero may not be an extremely soft-hearted, caring, loving person unless you have that rasa vichar. Unless you yourself talk a language, I don't know the language, Telugu. So if some devotees like Pavaneshwar Prabhu, they come and talk with me in Telugu, I don't know that language. I can't speak. I want to speak, but I don't know how to speak. Similarly, actually Krishna's language is prema. The language that Krishna speaks is prema. He does not speak Sanskrit. Sanskrit is an expression of prema. When he speaks Braj Bhasha, with Yashodama and Nanda Maharaj, the original language that he is speaking is prema. But how many people who are ordinarily conditioned by Sattva, Rajo, Tamo can understand that? So Krishna, just like our Mukund Mala Prabhu also carries a plate and a drone. And he says, even if you don't have a drone, I am so committed to giving you prasad, I also brought a drone also. So Krishna is saying, for the ordinary masses, my prema that I am exhibiting towards devotees, the main purpose for which I have come, may not be decodable, decipherable, understandable. So let me also, I'm using a simple word for us to understand, spice my prema bhakti pastimes with acts of heroism, with acts of killing demons. Why? That is something that is easily understandable to people. And that's why Krishna, when he comes, see, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is describing the descent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he said, what is the purpose for which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended into this world? So the main purpose why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended into this world is to relish the pure devotional service as experienced by the gopis of Vrindavan, especially Srimati Radharani, and after relishing it enough to distribute it with everyone. And then he says, by the way, he also appeared in Kali Yuga, and the Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga is chanting of the holy names. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted the holy names, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. But the Harinam that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave is not that will give liberation. The Harinam that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will give prema. In other Kali Yugas, when the original Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not come, is an avatar of Vishnu, the Yuga avatar. In other Kali Yugas, when the Yuga avatar comes, when he gives Harinam, it does not give prema bhakti. Because he is an avatar, he is not an avatari. This is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nandanandan Krishna. So, the Yuga Dharma is the side activity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chanting of the holy names is being used by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give the original purpose. And how does Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explain this? That the main purpose was to give prema bhakti. Incidentally, he also fulfilled the Yuga Dharma duty of the Yuga avatar. He gives this example that when Krishna came, actually the original purpose for Krishna was to come and relish prema bhakti and to distribute prema bhakti. And the killing of the demons is an incidental activity. So when we eat, the grains are the main substance of the food and the spices are not the main substance, but without the spices, sometimes the food becomes not tasty and you may not relish the food. Similarly, the main food that Krishna wants us to receive is prema bhakti, but if there is some spices of killing of the demons, acts of heroism, a big demon is attacking Krishna and Krishna is smiling and killing, then it becomes tasty, it becomes relishable. So the 5 primary rasas we are all aware of, Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya and Madhurya. And what about the 7 secondary rasas? The 7 secondary rasas include a rasa called Bhayanak rasa, fear rasa. One of the rasas is also Bibhatsa. Bibhatsa means horror. So how can the 7 rasas, bona fide rasas, where you express your love to Krishna, can also contain, can have a rasa like Bhayanak rasa and Bibhatsa rasa? It should always all be positive, no? Krishna, if he is complete, then to reciprocate with him and to have a relationship with, we also need to have all the complete list of emotions that any person can undergo. So this is the reason why Bibhatsa and Bhayanak rasa are there. When Krishna is attacking Kalia, because Kalia has attacked the Brajavasis. In one of the situations it is mentioned, Kavi Karnapur, he is mentioning that the Brajavasis heard that there is a fight going on, and when they came there, he uses one analogy. He uses that just like ghee is frozen by ice, the hearts of the Brajavasis were frozen by fright. When they saw this huge Kalia and little Krishna caught by Kalia in an embrace, just like ghee is frozen by ice, the hearts of the Brajavasis, which are actually very soft like ghee, were frozen by fright. But just like the sun can melt the frozen ghee, again in making it a soft substance, the sight, the heat of the situation that Krishna was completely in the grips of Kalia. By the heat of the situation, the ice like the frozen ghee was again melted. It means the topmost devotees like the Vrajavasis, it's not that they just experience love, love, love. The topmost devotees of Vrindavan also experience the Bhayanak Ras. They also experience fright. It means it's very important and it's very, it's nourishing for the Prema Rasa to be experienced. In this world, sometimes, we have heard Ramayana, Mahabharata, there are these big wars. And in these wars, is it really necessary for Lord Ramachandra to be there on the war field to fight with all the demons? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a story. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking to Sanatan Goswami and is describing the opulence of Krishna. So he's saying one time in Dwarka, Krishna, when he was there, our Lord Brahma, he wanted to see Lord Krishna, take darshan. So he arrived at the Dwara. The Dwarpal is saying, yes, who are you? Lord Brahma got offended. So who are you? Do you know who I am? I am Brahmaji. So he said, okay, so please tell Krishna that Lord Brahma has come. Dwarpal says, okay, you wait here. You can't go with me. You wait here. I'll go and ask my master. So he goes and asks Krishna. Krishna understands the mood of pride of Brahma. And Krishna sends a message that ask him what is the purpose for meeting me. So this Dwarpal, he goes and asks Brahma. He's asking, what is the purpose? Brahmaji thinks, first this Dwarpal does not know me. He's ignorant fool. But how come, I have to mention the purpose? So Lord Brahma, he says, I have some purpose, you take me inside. Sorry. It's my phone budget. So, our Lord Brahma goes inside, Krishna understanding that sense of pride, calls him inside. And when that Lord Brahma comes, Krishna by his desire calls all the Brahmajis of all the universes together in a way that they cannot see each other. So our Lord Brahma has only 4 heads. Every other Lord Brahma for every other universe had more heads than 4. Some had 8, some had 16, some had 32, 64, some had 10 million heads. And all these heads were decorated with the mukuta, the helmet. And when all these Brahmas came, all of them offered namaskars to Krishna. And in one moment, at the same moment, all the helmets of all the Brahmas, there was millions and millions. And the stone floor, the marble floor, when metal touches, if this kartal falls on metal, how does it sound? There's that ting sound. So all these helmets, they touched the ground at the same time and there was a reverberating sound. And that sound deafened the ears, 8 ears of our Lord Brahma. And then this our Lord Brahma is still bewildered. And then all these other Brahmas, they asked, yes, my master, you called us. What is the purpose? And Lord Krishna said, I just wanted to meet all of you. You must all be happy. Do you have fear of the demons? And all these Lord Brahmas, they said, by your mercy, we are victorious everywhere. So all the Lord Brahmas are saying, by your mercy, we are victorious everywhere in our fights with the demons. Can that Krishna, by whose mercy all these Brahmas of all the universe are victorious with the demons, can this Krishna be afraid of any demon? In the Samudra Manthan Leela, so many times the demigods get overpowered by the demons and every time they go to Vishnu. Whether it is the foundation for churning rod, the Mandara mountain, whether it is the flames that come out of Vasuki's mouth suddenly and then, they don't know how to handle it. So multiple times, if you count how many times Lord Vishnu helps, it's at least 12 or 13 times in the Samudra Manthan Leela. The whole Leela is actually dependent on Krishna. So by the mercy of Krishna, they can overpower the demons. By the mercy of Krishna, the Brahmas are saying that we are victorious. That Krishna, is he really afraid of demons? Can he not kill demons very easily? In the Brihad Bhagavatamrit, there is a situation where Narad Muni is meeting Hanumanji. And till the journey, till he meets Hanumanji, every other devotee that he meets, including Prahlad, they are all in a mood of awe and reverence to Krishna. So typically, because we are talking about Hanumanji, what are the different services that Hanumanji did for his Lord, Lord Ramchandra? He served as a messenger, Duta. He served as the umbrella. Hanumanji, when Ramchandra would stand in the battle, and sometimes there would be bright sunlight on him, Hanumanji would raise his tail. Monkeys can do that. And the top part of the tail, the bushy, the hairy part of the tail, he would spread out in such a way that Lord Ramchandra would get shade. So it is said in the battle of Ramayana, whenever people wanted to see Lord Ram, in that whole sea of the Vanaras, where is Lord Ram visible, they would look out for a white umbrella, Chhatra. So that white umbrella would mean below that umbrella, Lord Ramchandra is there. So he has served as an umbrella for Lord Ramchandra. He has served as a messenger for Lord Ramchandra. He has done so many services. He has also served as a charioteer for Lord Ramchandra. How? He does not have a chariot. His two shoulders are the chariot for Ram and Lakshman. In the final battle with Ravan, because Ravan was huge, so then Lord Hanuman, he took Lord Ramchandra and Lord Lakshman on his shoulders. So he worked as a charioteer, he worked as a messenger. And when Narad Muni is talking to Hanumanji about his glories, Narad Muni remembers the Pandavas. And in his ecstasy, as he's glorifying the Pandavas, he speaks a very beautiful shloka. He's saying, Are bhakti paradhino, Are prema paradhino, achara vichara varjitaha. He's addressing the Pandavas by saying, Are Pandavas, prema paradhina, you are so much sold out to the prema of Krishna, achara vichara varjitaha. You have forgotten what is the right achar, what is the right behavior with the Lord. You have forgotten what is the right vichar with the Lord. Niyojayatha tam dautye sarathye api mama prabhum. And he's saying, you are engaging my Lord, niyojayatha tam dautye, you engage my Lord as a messenger, sarathye, and as a charioteer, mama prabhum. So Hanumanji is so sweet. Hanumanji is saying, the whole world is engaged in serving Krishna, Ramchandra, and I served as a messenger and charioteer for Lord Ramchandra. And how come you are also jivas like me and you are also devotees like me? You engage mama prabhum, you engage my Lord, you achar vichara varjitaha. So in that section where Hanumanji is glorifying the Pandavas, that how can you engage the Lord in your service? A very beautiful shloka is quoted by Gopi Paranadhan Prabhu. This is from Padma Puran, and this is very important for our discussion today. He is quoting from Padma Puran, where the Lord says, in one context, Muhurtenapi samhartum shakto yadyapi danavan muhurtenapi shaktum. In one muhurta, I can destroy all the demons on the planet. It's not a big, difficult task for me. Madbhaktanam vinodartham kriyate vividha kriya. In the Padma Puran, the Lord has mentioned, actually, I can destroy all the demons in a moment. It's not a big thing for me. It's my side activity. Maya Devi, Durga Devi has done that so many times. Rajarshis empowered by me can do it. Mad bhaktanam vinodartham. But if I kill anybody in a very simple way, in the heart the Paramatma is there, Mad bhaktanam vinodartham. How will my devotees be pleased? So if you read Krishna Lila, when Bakasur attacks, then all the devotees that are described, they are frightened. Like that. The emotions rise. And then Bakasur attacks Krishna and swallows Krishna. And Krishna goes inside. But Krishna appears to be like fire to Bakasur in the throat. And it is also mentioned that he appeared to be bitter. And he spat him out. So how can Vallabhacharya describe this Krishna in a whole bhajan called Madhurashtakam? Vallabhacharya is saying, Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Madhuradi Pater Akhilam Madhuram. Vallabhacharya is saying, the whole existence, his walking is Krishna, Chalanam Madhuram, Vasanam, his clothes are beautiful, Tilakam Madhuram, his tilak is Madhur, his ears are Madhur, Valitam Madhuram, the belly folds are Madhur, the neck is Akhiladi Pater, Madhuradi Pater, Akhilam Madhuram. This Akhilam Madhuram Krishna, how does Bakasur feel bitterness in his throat? How does Bakasur feel fire in his throat? And he spits him out. And when he spits him out, again the devotees who were watching this whole show, they become happy that now finally Krishna is out. And then looking at the fear in the hearts of all the Rajavasis, then Krishna catches the two beaks of that stork, the heron, Baka, and easily bifurcates it like this. Just like Shukdev Goswami mentions, there is a Virana grass. That grass has two parts. On the streets also, if you see any grass, there is this line in between, and there are two parts. Any child, any small child, a small baby, if you take that grass and you split it like this, it just becomes into two pieces. Shukdev Goswami says, just like a Virana grass is separated, Sri Krishna separated it. So why is Krishna killing the demons? And here it is mentioned, Uddhav is saying, effortlessly, easily. Actually, that effortlessly and easily is on a philosophical perspective. If you read the Leela, if you read Krishna Leela, it's actually full of lot of emotions. The Vrajvasis get involved there and they feel, this Krishna whom I defeated in a wrestling match yesterday, Sridama repeatedly defeats Krishna in a wrestling match, and he's seeing that Krishna lift the Govardhan hill. So, that increases the rasa, that increases the involvement, and that increases that ascharya. How can Krishna do this? Just for mad bhaktanam vinodartham. Just for increasing the rasa. So the primary purpose of Krishna was prema bhakti. But that prema bhakti is not understandable to people who don't have the taste buds for relishing prema bhakti. Their taste buds are only for acts of heroism. So only for catching those jivas also who are rotting here in the Bhava Sagar and catching with the net of the mercy. Sri Krishna is spicing his prema bhakti pastimes with a little bit of bhayanak rasa, with a little bit of bibhatsa rasa. Now in the winter season, many of us drink warm water. So we have a water kettle, a hot water kettle, we put water there, we switch it on, and then what happens? Starts boiling slowly, right? And then if you pay attention, it also makes sound. That boiling makes sound. And if you are not really attentive, it starts boiling. There is some sound, and boil, boil, boil. And then after some time, when the first time I worked on a water kettle, I was surprised, it switched off. So I said, I didn't switch off. How come it switched off? Every water kettle has this break-off point, a point where the electric circuit will switch off. So after a certain temperature, the water kettle switches off, right? So first time I remember, water was boiling, there was a lot of sound coming. I was thinking more warm, and suddenly, all the sound died off, all the steam died out. Why? The electric supply was cut off by the circuit. So what was heating the water? Electricity. And suddenly, if you want to stop the heating of the water, you have to just switch off the electricity supply. So there is a circuit inside, it switches off the electricity supply and it quietens down. Actually, Krishna is the prana, right? In medical books, it is mentioned that actually the heart is the first organ that starts beating and is the last organ that stops. So that heart, it receives electric impulses. And in medical textbooks, it is mentioned there is a SA node. S for simple, A for analogy, node. SA node. So in the heart, there is an SA node, and that sends electric impulses to the heart, and that's the basis of the heart's beating, the rhythm of the heart's beating. And because of the heart's beating, the whole body is nourished and life goes on. Sometimes this SA node does not behave properly. It does not send the impulses properly. So then you have an electric pacemaker, electronic pacemaker. So there's an artificial device, you put it in the heart, and then that it compensates for the rhythm differences, and it sends proper signals, and then the heart can function properly. So how does the heart beat? Because of the electric impulses. Where do the electric impulses come from? SA node. What triggers the SA node? Don't ask me a religious question. If you ask a doctor, they can trace it to the heart, they can trace it to the blood supply is traced to the heart traced to the electric impulses traced to the SA node. Then you say, what is the source of supply of the SA node? There is no understanding of the SA node. So the spirit soul, unless the presence of the spirit soul is there, the medical science does not understand how the SA node works. They don't have any way to rectify improper SA node. All they can do is add the pacemaker and compensate for it. But they don't understand the working of the SA node. So the spirit soul is the reason why the SA node is working. And the spirit soul is also dependent on the supreme soul. So the super soul is there in the heart. When somebody like Shishupal is making a lot of noise, Uddhav is speaking in this chapter only previously, even when Shishupal was not able to speak properly. No, sorry, not here. I think it is in 7th canto, 1st chapter. 7th canto, 1st chapter, it is described, our Parikshit Maharaj is asking a question to Shukdev Goswami, that is it that the Supreme Lord is partial? Because just now you mentioned that he was on the side of Indra. So then to answer that question, Shukdev Goswami is mentioning one conversation that took place between Narad Muni and Yudhishthir Maharaj. In that conversation, Yudhishthir Maharaj asked a question to Narad Muni. He's saying that Shishupal, even when he was not able to speak properly, I remember reading this, either it is 7.1 or it is 3.2. One of these places. So, even when Shishupal was, Kala Bhashanam, Ajamil's child is mentioned, Papa, Mama, you cannot even speak that. It is mentioned when Shishupal was not able to speak properly, that is the time from which he was blaspheming Krishna. And Yudhishthir says, I remember reading about a king called Vena. And this Vena, he just stopped the worship of the Supreme Lord. The Brahmanas were doing yagyas to honor Lord Vishnu. He stopped that and he said, I am the Supreme Lord of all the yagyas. So in that way, he blasphemed the Lord, not in his presence. The Lord was not there. So in the absence of the Supreme Lord, this Vena, he stopped the worship of the Lord and said that I am the yagya principle. Because of this Vena went to hell for speaking these words against the Lord. And Yudhishthir Maharaj is saying, this Shishupal, right from his early days, though daat nahi aaya abhi tak, lekin uska blasphemy shuru ho gaya. From that age till Rajasuya Yajna, in a contrasting situation with the whole world, Lord Shiva is there, Lord Brahma is there. All these personalities are ready for Agra Puja of Lord Krishna. Brahmaji does not have a problem with the Agra Puja of Lord Krishna. Lord Shiva does not have a... In that situation, the Shishupal is saying, who is this person and why are you worshipping him? So Yudhishthir Maharaj is completely confused. Vena went to hell just for stopping the worship, and this Shishupal, right from the first day when he got the power of speaking till the last day, the last word that he spoke is also blasphemy. How can he get Sayujya Mukti? How can he get liberation? Sayujya Mukti for most of us is entering the impersonal effulgence of the Lord. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, when he's talking with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Mukti Pade, Bhakti Pade section is there. So in that conversation, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, because he is Brihaspati, he knows all the scriptures, he informed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, actually there are two forms of Sayujya Mukti. One form of Sayujya Mukti is when you enter the effulgence of the Lord. One form of Sayujya Mukti is when you enter the personal body of the Lord. So this is Sayujya Mukti, entering the body of the Lord. So Yudhishthira is saying, this person blasphemed. How did he get Sayujya Mukti? This Sayujya Mukti is not possible for great transcendentalists. So the Shishupal has so much energy to talk. And what did he do with the talk? He produced a lot of noise. That electric kettle, when you heat it, starts producing a lot of noise. And how do you stop it? Just stop the supply. You don't have to do anything. Just stop the electric supply. All the steam goes down. All the noise that was coming from the electric kettle, it goes down. Shishupal has so much energy. Where did energy come from? What is Dhruv Maharaj's first verse of glorification to Lord Vishnu? When Dhruv Maharaj glorifies Lord, Yo antah pravishya mama vacham imam prasuptam sanjeevayat akhila shakti dharasva. Dhruv Maharaj is saying, my dear Lord, you are there in front of me, but actually you are the one who empowers the power of speech. Anyamsta hasta charanam shravana tvag adin. The sense of touch, the sense of hearing, the sense of speaking, the sense of seeing, all are empowered by you. Can you please, empower me to speak glorification of you? Because even to glorify you, I need that power of speech. So according to Dhruv Maharaj, the power of speech in everyone comes from Lord Vishnu. So the power of speech in Shishupal comes from Lord Vishnu. So that water kettle was making so much noise. The power inside, the Paramatma inside, he could have just switched off the current and he cannot speak. But Lord Krishna says, when I kill Ravana from the heart, when I kill Shishupal in the heart, when I kill Hiranyaksha in the heart, I'm there. SA node is working. When I kill Hiranyakashipu in the heart, Mad Bhaktanam Vinodartham will not happen. Devotees will not get to see the heroic fight between this huge demon, Ravan is huge and Ramchandra is in a simple, and they are praying, oh, let Lord Ramchandra win. Let Sita Devi again become happy. Let Krishna win against Kuvalayapid. Kuvalayapid is a big mighty elephant. Actually, our Kamsa, he got married to Jarasandha. This story is mentioned in Garga Samhita, that it was Jarasandha's elephant. And Jarasandha's elephant, he just ran here and there. And that elephant went to Kamsa's Mathura. And Kamsa just caught hold of that elephant, whirled him around, and threw him back. And went into Jarasandha's camp. And Jarasandha said, who has the power to throw my elephant back at me? He should become my son-in-law. Because Jarasandha had that will or that ambition to control the whole world. So he is thinking, मेरी दो बेटियां हैं, अस्ति and प्राप्ति, उनको मैं जामाई दामाद कहाँ से लाऊं? इसको पकड़ूंगा. Because he is so powerful, if I don't make him my relative, we will have a fight and I will not be able to control the whole world. Just to control the whole world and get a powerful person like Kamsa on his side. How was the power of Kamsa proved? By Kuvalayapid throwing. So that huge Kuvalayapid, who requires the strength of 10,000 elephants in the arms of Kamsa, that Kuvalayapid, Krishna, when he attacked in Mathura, Krishna first disappeared from within the legs of Kuvalayapid. He went behind. He caught hold of the tail of Kuvalayapid. And it is mentioned 25 bow lengths. So one bow length means Dhanushka length itna rehta hai, is roughly 7 feet, the height of a human being. So 25 bow lengths, Krishna dragged Kuvalayapid like this effortlessly. Keshi, he put his left arm in the mouth of Keshi, just like it is mentioned, just as easy for a snake to enter the hole in the ground. It's that easy for Krishna. So actually, this is all Mad Bhaktanam Vinodartham. Krishna does not have to kill. It's only for entertainment purposes. It is only for inciting the feelings of attraction in the hearts of his devotees. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, when he's mentioning about how all the avatars, Krishna is avatari and all the avatars come with Krishna, he mentions, Ataeva Vishnu takhona Krishnera sharire Vishnu dware kare Krishna asura samhare. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is giving us a very intimate, deeper understanding. He's saying, actually, because all the avatars are with Krishna when Krishna comes, he's the source of all avatars. Actually, Asura Samhar is not done by Krishna. It is the Vishnu that is within the existence of Krishna. Actually, Krishna just relishes Prema Bhakti. It is just an external show. Krishna has nothing to do with killing anybody. Krishna only has to do with embracing his devotees, loving his devotees, and nourishing with Prema Bhakti. So, Kalia, that verse number 31 is also there. When Kalia attacks Krishna, and he has Krishna in his tight grip, and that news goes to the Vrindavan village, and Yashoda Mai, the elderly gopis, Nanda Maharaj, the elderly gopas, all of them are coming. It is mentioned they are in so much pain that they cannot walk 2 steps. They walk 2 steps, they fall down. Again, they somehow get up, they walk, and in this way, at least they were able to walk, but the tears that were coming from the eyes of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai, they actually made wet the ground on which they were walking. So previously, because of their emotions, they were not able to walk. Now even the ground became like mud, wet mud, and they were not able to walk. They had to catch hold of the hands of only one stable person there, Balaram. So catching the hands of Balaram, somehow that they reached there. And when Balaram saw that these people are fainting and they are not able to maintain themselves, Balaram says, please believe me. In one of the stories, it is mentioned that Krishna was repeatedly accused of speaking lies. He's a liar. So Makhan Chor. So he does not have a good reputation in Vrindavan. So one time when he is caught, the gopi says, did you steal? He says, no, never. I never steal. He says, speak the truth. So that time Krishna says, I am Balanuj. He does not say I am Krishna. He does not say I am Nandanandan. He does not say I am Yashodanandan. He says I am Bala Anuja. I am the younger son of Balaram. Basically Krishna is saying, you know Balaram, right? Balaram is truth personified. Actually Balaram never ever speaks a lie. Balaram is a very straight person. So to free himself, in one of the stories Krishna says, I am Balanuj. I am the younger brother of Balaram. How can I speak a lie? So Balaram is using that logic when he's addressing all the Vrajvasis, and he's saying, I'm telling you the truth, please believe me. It's a drama going on. Krishna cannot be attacked. He says, can wind attack a mountain? Can it affect a mountain? Can a dust cloud cover the sun? Can a few reeds of grass extinguish a big fire? It gets burnt in the fire. And then, just to invoke the rasa principle, this philosophy principle, Vrajavasis, they may hear philosophy, but they get nourished by rasa. So the final argument of Balaram, please hear this attentively. Wind cannot destroy a mountain. Dust cloud cannot cover the sun. Grass, a bundle of grass cannot extinguish a fire. And the last argument of Balaram is, he who wears Makara Kundala, can he be attacked by a simple snake? So Makara means shark, big huge fish. So, are iske earrings makar ke hai. So how can he be attacked by this small little petty water snake? So it's such a funny, rasa used by Balaram, and that convinces all these Vrajavasis. And then because he's giving these humorous examples, it is mentioned, Krishna, he looks at the Vrajavasis and gives a very sweet smile to the Vrajavasis and assures them, please believe Balaram. And then the fight starts. So then again, Krishna is beating the hoods of Kalia. Then another hood will attack Krishna. Then Krishna will jump. So in between all that beating of Kalia and forcing him to emit all the poison, there is very, very beautiful dancing of Krishna going on. Why? Again, there is a rasa exchange with the Vrajavasis. Then again, at one point of time, the hoods of Kalia are overpowering Krishna. They seem to be overpowering Krishna. That time again, Balaramji says, please don't believe all this. Please believe me, I am a truthful person. Again, Krishna gives a very beautiful smile at the Vrajavasis and then starts the destruction of Kalia. So 2 times it is mentioned how, Krishna just pretended to be in the grip of Kalia, and 2 times Balaramji mentioned the truth, and 2 times Krishna smiled, and only when Balaramji mentioned that, then he started his counter-attack on Kalia. Then finally Kalia surrenders, and then one of the prayers of Kalia is, he who wears Makara Kundala, please accept my surrender to you. So finally, Krishna book is full of so much rasa, and that is the real substance in Krishna book, and all these fighting pastimes are basically, they are just to keep us engaged if we do not have that kind of appreciation for the rasa. In the Padma Puran, Uttarakhanda, it is mentioned, Narasimha Rama Krishneshu Shadgunya Paripuranam. So Srila Jiva Goswami in his book Krishna Sandarbha, he mentions this and he says, the Narasimha Rama Krishneshu Shadgunya Paripuranam. The 6 opulences are in full in 3 personalities, Narasimha, Rama and Krishna. But our Jiva Goswami says, this is a Dvandva compound. These are not 3 separate words. Narasimha Rama Krishneshu means it's a combined word. So in a combined word, the last word is the most important. So he says, in this way we can understand that actually these 3, Rupa Goswami in Laghu Bhagavatamrit, he uses a specific word for these 3 incarnations. He says, they are called the Paravastha incarnations. Of all the incarnations of Hari, Narayan, these 3 are Para-avastha. They are the highest incarnations. So similarly here also, Narasimha Rama Krishneshu Shadgunya Paripuranam. But within that, Krishna is Paripurna. And to establish how Krishna is the highest amongst these 3 highest, he quotes a conversation that happened in Vishnu Puran, where Maitreya Rishi asks Parashar Muni, this Jaya and Vijay, they are such intimate associates of the Lord, and they fell down for 3 births. When they came as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, they did not get liberation. They just were born in a pious family, a rich family, Ravan and Kumbhakarna. When Ravan and Kumbhakarna were again killed by Narasimha first and Varaha and then Ramachandra, again they did not get liberation. They were elevated to the status of being born in Krishna's own expanded family. So first they were born, Jaya and Vijay were born in Daitya family, Kashyap and Diti's sons. But because of the touch of Narasimha, they got elevated and they were born in a very rich, opulent family. He had a palace of gold. So that is the effect of Lord Narasimha's touch. And the effect of Lord Ramachandra's touch on Ravan and Kumbhakarna is that they got elevated and they were born in Krishna's own family. But that's the touch effects of Lord Narasimha and Lord Ramachandra. But that same Jaya and Vijay, who did not get liberation when they were killed by Lord Krishna. How come they got liberation? This is the question asked. And that time Parashar Muni mentions that, see, Lord Krishna is very special. Lord Krishna is so merciful that even if somebody attacks Krishna, if somebody tries to kill Krishna, somebody has envious feelings for Krishna, such a person is given liberation very easily. One of the shlokas, it is quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita in one of the purports. In Brahmanda Puran, there is a shloka which says that there is a Siddha Lok beyond the material world. So that Siddha Lok is not the Siddha planet, that is the Brahman realization, the Brahma Jyoti there. So there, all the Siddhas reside, all the perfected souls reside. The demons killed by Krishna attain that Siddha Lok. And Narad Muni, in the 11th canto, when he is talking to Vasudeva, he quotes this point and he says, people like Shishupal, Dantavakra and all them, because they were envious of Krishna, they received liberation. So what will Krishna give to those who are constantly serving Krishna in love? In the 7th canto, in an emotional state, Narad Muni, the same Narad Muni, gives a different logic. He says, actually my opinion is, if somebody has enmity for Krishna, that is a much deeper feeling than love for Krishna. But that same Narad Muni in the 11th canto, when he's speaking to Vasudeva, he actually gives the right understanding. And he says that if liberation is given to somebody who's envious of Krishna and killer of Krishna, then what will Krishna give to those who are loving Krishna? So, Krishna is more interested in love. Krishna is more interested in receiving love. Prema rasa niryasa korite aswadana. Prema bhakti, raga marga bhakti loke karite pracharan. These are the two reasons why Krishna descended into this world. I'll just quote one small story. This is, before quoting the story, 11th canto, 12th chapter. The chapter starts with a long list of personalities which Krishna is speaking. And he's saying, all these people, they received bhakti by my devotees association. And he says, these people, long list of names, there are at least 4 shlokas full of names. And then he says, none of them they did undergo any austerities, they did not undergo extensive Sanskrit study, they did not take exquisite vows. The only qualification is they got association of me or they got association of my devotees, and that is how they received Prema Bhakti. So in the 9th shloka of this chapter, here it is mentioned, Kevalena hi bhavena gopyo gavo naga mrigaha ye anne mudadhiyo naga siddha mam iur anjasa. Anjasa word, anywhere you come across in the Bhagavatam, it means easily. Anjasa means easily. So in this shloka, basically Krishna is saying, devotees, even if they were not really conscious of the right understanding, but just because I was there around, the gopis achieved me in Madhurya Ras. The cows of Vrindavan achieved me in Vatsalya Ras. The Govardhan, Moodha, in an external way, he is just like a mountain. They achieved me in Sakhya Ras. And he mentions Naga. Snakes like Kalia achieved me in Dasya Ras. Now in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 10th canto, this is not mentioned. Krishna just forgives him and allows him to live, and then tells him that now you have to leave this place and go to Ramanaka island. But in the 11th canto, Krishna is saying that Kalia achieved me in Dasya Ras. So this Kalia is the only demon who attacked en masse. He attacked and tried to kill, poisoned the friends of Krishna, the cows of Krishna, but he is the only demon who got pardoned by Krishna also. Why was that? Just because the Nagapatnis, the devotees of Krishna, prayed on his behalf. So a big, huge offense was forgiven. In New Vrindavan, there was one cow. She was blackish in color. And when Prabhupada came there, Prabhupada gave her the name Kalia. So when I heard that story in my beginning days, I used to wonder, how did Prabhupada give her the name Kalia? Because we heard of the story of Kalia, how Kalia is not a very gentlemanly person, and he attacked the devotees of Krishna. And it is mentioned, whenever Prabhupada would come to New Vrindavan, then he would ask for the milk of that Kalia cow. So that mystery was solved in this shloka, where it is mentioned, Ye anye moodha dhiya nagaha. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that the Naga word there refers to Kalia. So whether it is Pralamba, whether it is Dhenuka, whether it is Trinavarta, Baka and all these demons were easily killed by Krishna. But Krishna does not even have to do that. Inside the heart, he can just switch off the electricity supply. The SA node can be switched off and the person will die. But everything is happening for Mad Bhaktanam Vinodartham. And that's why Uddhav is saying, I wonder how can he do this easily? All these big wizards came. But then we can understand the real reason behind it. Actually, Krishna is wanting the whole world to come close to him and wants the whole world to sing, dance, chant his names and go back home, back to Godhead. And pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada understanding that mood, even name the cow that gives milk to the deities as Kalia and had that Mahaprasad. So not only Krishna, but even the devotees of Krishna, they can conquer over the biggest enemies. The wizards of our heart, lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, they're big wizards. They're controlling the whole world. They're the biggest Shadripu just by becoming devotees of this Krishna, who is very amazing. Prema bhakti jahan hoite. What is that? Vinasha jate. Avidya, yeah, avidya. Avidya vinasha jate. The avidya is something that does not get destroyed even at the time of pralaya. At the time of pralaya in this universe, everything will become one. Everything gets destroyed. Only one thing stays there for the next srishti. That is our avidya. What is the solution for that avidya to destroy? The only solution for that avidya to be destroyed is prema bhakti jahan hoite avidya vinasha jate. So Krishna is also amazing. He can destroy big wizards. And if we really chant Hare Krishna nicely, if we read the Gita, if we distribute the Bhagavad Gita nicely, getting Krishna's blessings, getting Prabhupada's blessings, we may be also able to conquer the big wizards in our heart, which are basically destroying the whole world, like all the big demons of Vrindavan. So thank you very much. Jai Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran ki jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Yeah.